pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Margot, could you do the roll call, please?
Yes, sir. Robert Carnahan?
Here.
John Foreman?
Present.
Julie Rivera?
Here.
Ralph Miller?
Present.
Colleen Scheeben?
Here.
Richard Sharp?
Here.
Randall Niemeyer is absent. Jennifer Sandberg is absent. Richard Everly?
Present.
Dave Austin?
Dave. Present. Present.
I'm Margot Nagy, sitting in for Ms. Sandberg.
Thank you, Margot. Quorum has been established. Do we have any public comment on agenda items only? Public comment, agenda items, public comment. Seeing none, we move on to the consent agenda. Claims, all town funds, $248,406.73. Wastewater operating, $71,898.73. Utility, water utility, $40,660.93. Stormwater, $70,660.21. And payroll for 7/22/21 and 7/30/21, $225,069.80. Motion to accept the consent agenda as listed.
So moved.
Motion by John,
I'll second.
second by Colleen. Roll call.
Question?
Question by Bob?
Tim's not here, so Marlo, I don't know if you can answer it. In the claims, it said leak for stormwater supplies, but it didn't say what the supplies were. Do you have any?
I don't have the details.
Probably plumbing, Bob. Probably lift station stuff or something like that. That's what normally leaks
Yeah,
is
that's what
pipes.
leaks does, yeah.
PVC,
That's what
that's
leaks
where we
does.
bought, yeah, that's what we bought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mostly plumbing supplies,
Mostly
aren't they?
plumbing.
Yeah.
Sewer, drain, probably stuff for lift stations and stuff like that.
All right.
Just my guess.
Okay, Margaret, roll call.
Robert Carnahan?
Yes.
John Foreman?
Yes.
Julie Rivera?
Yes.
Ralph Miller?
Yes.
Colleen Scheeben?
Yes.
Richard Sharp?
Yes. Motion carries 6-0. BZA Planning Commission, Beacon Point East Phase 2 Performance Letter of Credit. Rick, if you could, please.
And Dave's actually reviewed both of these, I believe, but yes, the Plan Commission, for both items 1 and 2 under this section of the agenda, Mr. President, have recommended your acceptance of those letters of credit.
Thank you. Any questions, council?
My review is documented for Rick.
Okay. Thanks, Dave. If we could have a motion to approve the performance letter of credit for, and I believe the number is $182,135.46.
Correct.
For Beacon Point East Phase 2.
Motion to approve.
Thank you, Julie. Do we have a second? Colleen, second. Roll call, Margot?
Robert Carnahan?
Yes.
John Foreman?
Yes.
Julie Rivera?
Yes.
Ralph Miller?
Yes.
Colleen Scheeben?
Yes.
Richard Sharp?
Yes. Motion carries 6-0. Summer Winds, Unit 1, Performance Letter of Credit Extension. Again, Rick?
Same thing, Mr. President. The Plan Commission has recommended your acceptance of this, and I believe Mr. Austin has reviewed and approved its form as well.
I have.
Everything good, Dave? Okay, thank you. Do we have a motion to approve the Performance Letter of Credit Extension to, I believe it's February 15th, 2022 for Summer Winds, Unit 1.
So moved.
Motion by Ralph,
I'll second.
second by Julie.
What is the amount? Do you
The
know?
amount, yes, I do know. $244,187.85. And it's with People's Bank, as was the first one, was also with People's
That's
Bank.
correct.
Now we can go.
Robert Carnahan?
Yes.
John Foreman.
Yes.
Julie Rivera.
Yes.
Ralph Miller.
Yes.
Colleen Scheven.
Yes.
Richard Sharp.
Yes. Motion carries 6-0. New business, consider the sale of the 2006 ambulance to Lake Hills Fire Department by way of agreement with the St. John Township trustee.
Mr. President, the St. John Township trustee, Kathy LaRue, is with us this evening. She's here, front row on your right.
Hi, Kathy.
Her attorney had prepared the purchase agreement between the two parties. That was Adam Cedia. Dave, had you had a chance to review that document?
I have, it's satisfactory for this transaction.
Thank you, Dave. And the amount's $25,000, is that right, Chief? Do you want to add anything?
More money, is that what you're saying?
Maybe too late for that, but,
25,000, yeah.
okay, that's what we talked about last meeting, I believe. Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Do we have a motion to approve the ambulance?
Yeah, it's approval.
Okay, approve of the ambulance purchase agreement.
I'll make the motion to approve the ambulance purchase
Thank you,
agreement.
Colleen.
I'll second.
Second by Ralph. Roll call, please, Margot.
Robert Carnahan.
Yes.
John Foreman.
Yes.
Julie Rivera.
Yes.
Ralph Miller.
Yes.
Colleen Scheven.
Yes.
Richard Sharp.
Yes, motion carries 6-0. Thank you.
Thank you for coming to the meeting.
Yeah, that's very, very nice, yeah.
Rick, I
Thank
do have the
Yeah.
forms if you two want to sign
I'm glad that we
before
could
she
do
leaves.
this together too, so.
you. Okay, very good, yeah. Worked out for everybody then, I
Yeah, it
think,
did.
huh? Yeah.
Well, we hope we never have to have that ambulance come back to town to help us. That would mean we have a catastrophe, right? So-
That's true, you're right, you're right.
Kathy, the agreements are here if you want to sign them this evening, so.
Sure,
Okay.
that would be great. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Kathy.
The ambulance is ready to be picked up for, as far as physically, so I don't, paperwork wise, I know we gotta do some stuff.
I got the title already pulled.
Okay, so they can pick it up anytime then, Martha?
Jen has to sign off on the back of it. She
Okay.
should be in tomorrow.
Okay. When I know, I'll give Shane a call, how about that?
That would be
All right,
perfect.
okay.
Sounds good, thank you.
You're welcome.
And then I'll get it checked.
Good, yeah.
Yeah, check's important.
Yeah.
that's important, right?
We're cleaning a lake, you know? Sorry, Judy. I had to say that. Here you go.
Kathy,
Oh, thank you.
didn't Randy say he was giving it to the police department?
Yeah, he did, but Randy's not here. Change that up.
Number 2, ratify the Bartlett Wahlberg Park restrooms and pavilion design contract. Rick?
Mr. President, this is the work that we've been wanting to get done over there at Bartlett Wahlberg. Tim and I met with Nick Giorgio, the architect from Sumac is the name of the company, and he's putting together the design and the specs for the washroom and 2 pavilions sized to handle, I believe, 4 8-foot tables in each pavilion, complete with ADA walkways, storage, little storage, I believe, Tim, in the washrooms. They are not going to be heated or air conditioned. That wasn't the intent of that. But I don't know, anything else to add to that, Tim? What we're
No,
doing?
the storage was just for the well pump and also just for cleaning supplies, so when she goes to clean, that she could have her stuff extra
Okay.
there.
Yeah.
Nothing much, just like 6x24 storage, like in the back part of it.
And we may even be looking at 2 prefab pavilions, correct? As opposed to stick built.
Pre-engineered.
Pre-engineered.
Pre-engineer, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And
And the
this design
restrooms,
is for $24,320?
Yes, sir.
the
And
restrooms.
we have told the architect that we, if at all possible, we want
want
that
that
built this
this year.
but it'll be late this year, as you can imagine.
So we'll have some excellent weather coming in, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Mhm.
The restrooms will be about the same place where the restrooms are currently?
Close to where the porta potties
Okay,
are now,
okay.
yes.
Yeah, it looks good.
That
Hey,
side.
looks nice, yeah.
It's amazing how many people use that part.
Yes, it is.
It is,
yeah,
isn't it?
It's-
yeah.
it's awesome
really cool
addition.
when you drive past there and
When
there's people
we
there.
were able to get rid of those buildings and Mr. Wahlberg was able to do what he did, and let us buy that was huge.
And with the new pier out there, that's cool.
Huge.
It's cool.
Pier's incredible.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Yep.
Okay, we need a motion to approve the contract with Sumac for $24,320 for the Bartlett Wahlberg Park restrooms and pavilion. Motion by Bob,
I'll second.
second by Colleen. Roll call.
Bob Carnahan?
Yes.
John Foreman?
Yes.
Julie Rivera?
Yes.
Ralph Miller?
Yes.
Colleen Scheven?
Yes.
Richard Sharp?
Yes, motion carries 6-0.
I just have one more comment.
Yes, Tim, I'm
Glenn
sorry.
Bourne from DVG also donated a lot of, he did some site work and some elevation topos for that park at no charge for
Okay,
us also, so.
That's
that was
great.
just something
Yeah,
to
that's super.
comment.
Appreciate it.
I mean, that was, we contacted him since he did the original survey and he, did that stuff at no charge for us.
That's great.
So that was
Yeah.
kinda cool.
Yep.
Just
Very
wanna
good.
give him a thank you.
yeah,
Bob.
yeah,
Sure.
yeah, thank you, Tim. Number 3, repave clubhouse parking lot using park impact fees. Again, Rick?
Yeah, Mr. President, and Dave, I don't mean to put you on the spot with this, but I understand that the park impact fees were approved to be used for the repaving of the parking lot here, so we're hoping that would apply at the clubhouse as well.
It does.
Yeah, okay. We have an opportunity to pave that lot now, and now we can't get it done any more cheaper than we can right now. Tim's been able to work with the contractor on getting a real good price on paving that lot. It's in need of it. We're also doing a little bit of drainage work on the, southwest corner of that lot,
Yeah,
Tim, I
where that
think?
puddle is.
Yeah, so
Okay,
we're looking forward to getting that paved while 129th Avenue project is underway, and we feel we've got a real good price on it, so we just
it
want to
looks like a great price, yeah.
Use
And that's
that money.
thermo striping also for the whole lot.
That's, yeah, that's what it says, that's.
And due to the fact that the equipment's out there, they don't have to redeploy, so that's where we're gonna
Right.
save money.
Yep, yes. Mhm.
Good job, Tim. Okay. Do we have a motion to approve the repaving of the parking lot for the clubhouse for $36,888, I believe?
So moved.
Motion by Ralph,
I'll second.
second by Julie.
Robert Carnahan?
Yes.
John Foreman?
Yes.
Julie Rivera?
Yes.
Ralph Miller?
Yes.
Colleen Scheven?
Yes.
Richard Sharp?
Yes, motion carries 6-0. Number 4, 129th Avenue roadway and drainage improvements, pay request number 2.
You have the recommendation from Christopher Burke to pay this amount, $272,021.73 in this pay application number 2, Mr. President.
Thank you. Do we have a motion to approve the payment of pay request number 2?
I make a motion to approve the 120th Avenue, roadway drainage improvement, pay request number 2 for $272,021.74.
Thank you, John. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Carnahan. Thank you. Roll call, please.
Robert Carnahan?
Yes.
John Foreman?
Yes.
Julie Rivera?
Yes.
Ralph Miller?
Yes.
Colleen Scheven?
Yes.
Richard Sharp?
Yes, motion carries
I
6-0.
also have something on the 129th project. If you guys notice down towards the west side of 129th, they're pouring a couple curbs and putting the little decel lanes in for the future Oakwood subdivision.
Okay.
Schillings is paying Milestone to do that work currently, but they contacted us and we agreed to let them get that work done now, so that way next year, so they're not cutting into the brand
So we
new.
want to do it
Good
again?
idea.
Yeah, we've had that before, so that's great.
Right, so it was great that they, noticed that and worked with Don and they got a plan and they
Yeah.
just got that little bit, just the curbs and the entry, so that new path won't be affected.
Did they pour those curbs west of the tracks yet?
What's that?
Are the curbs west of the port?
Yeah, right where the entrance to the subdivision.
That's where it would
It's
be,
just the,
yeah, yeah.
just the entrance and the little,
Keep on it.
they're just doing it so they don't have to mess up. the
Have to do it again.
Oh, good, I didn't realize that was already.
Some good planning, yeah.
Yes, real good
Have it-
planning.
Have it ahead of time, so.
Yeah.
It's good to see.
Yep, absolutely. Thanks, Tim. Number 5, 129th Avenue project, John Austin property at 10505 West 129th Avenue. Mr. Everly?
Mr. President, Tim Kubiak, Don Oliphant, and I met with Mr. and Mrs. Austin there yesterday. Tim has had previous discussions with the Austins on this property. They've asked for a couple of things that we've advised them, if they're to be done, that would be done at their expense. They have a gravel driveway now, and our contract, Tim, calls for us to put back asphalt aprons into all the driveways, which we've done. We've done the binder course of asphalt apron at the Austin property. They prefer to have concrete, but we've told them, if you're gonna do that, that's an upgrade, and that's between you and the contractor. We got a price on that today. I delivered it to Mr. Austin today. He's gonna deliberate over that, as I understand it, and let us know whether he wants to do that or not. He has asked for us to, and Tim can explain this better than I, but we've got an issue with, we've got a very limited right-of-way on that south side of 129. And there's a drainage ditch there, but in order to put in proper slopes, rather than really steep slopes, we want to make it a more gentle slope. But we need to have his cooperation to allow us to put some fill in there the way it's been designed by our engineer. He's asking us to rip-wrap that entire ditch. And we're saying, I explained to him yesterday that I'm not going to recommend that to you. I'm saying, and he wants us to do that at our expense, not his in this case.
I see.
That's an additional $11,500 expense to the project. Our engineer is telling us that's not necessary. What we've got designed will work. Mr. Austin is concerned about some erosion, potential erosion there, but Tim actually came up with a good plan for that drainage ditch, such that we're cutting the drainage slope in half, I guess I would call it. Tim, if you would take it from there.
Right, essentially, I mean, we ended up putting another drainage inlet on the other side of his property, so basically, his field drains to two locations. Both locations have a drain now for them to go. Before this project was done, the water on the west side of the property had to travel 400 feet to the east to get across 129th to drain. So now where that water outlets, it drains 10 feet away from the drain and can go right across the road. So the proposal is to fill in the deep ditch in the middle and then let the water drain, half the water drain west, half the water drain east, eliminating the need for a giant ditch. So, plus the curbs have kept all the road water now into this drainage system. So the biggest problem is that the center line of that ditch is the right-of-way line.
Yeah.
So in order for us to do what we need to do, we would be encroaching on his property a little bit to fill it in. So he wanted to fill the ditch in with riprap, which we tried explaining to him there's absolutely no need for the ditch any longer because the water goes right there in the drain that's currently there. But he was adamant about us at least asking you, because we said that we were going to have unfavorable recommendation to it, but ultimately it was your guys' decision. So that was kind of where we.
Well, the problem with riprap, I think, is the weeds that grow eventually in the riprap. You can't mow it, you can't do much with it, whereas a ditch you have.
Well, if you look at the property and look at the field, there's absolutely zero runoff from that field going into the ditch. And his argument is the 4 feet of rain that falls from the backside of the curb to the middle of the ditch.
Right.
That's the water that he's concerned with, and I'm like,
That'll be so minimal that just...
Yeah. There's no runoff of any nature from anywhere, but...
Tim, I know that ditch very, very well. I've found many golf balls in my life.
You hit a few there.
In that ditch.
And
So this is before I
It's
called.
long and flat, and unfortunately, we had to tell him the cold, hard truth that if he doesn't want us to fill the ditch in and make it run each way, we're gonna put some dirt against the back of the curb and leave it exactly how it is.
Right.
Which is, that's our other option. That's our only.
One of the things he was concerned about is that in treating the weeds on the edge of his field, he was concerned that he may kill the grass that we put in. Grass dies, erosion takes place as a result of that. We even offered to just spray the right-of-way ourselves to avoid that. I think he wound up saying if we would let him know what kind of spray we would use, that he might be, I think he might be willing to use that on that edge of his field. But there's just not that much slope to what we plan to do. There's not going to be any kind of volume, of runoff. So we just don't think it's justified to spend that extra money. And we were honest with him. We told him that our recommendation to you is that we stick with the plan that we have engineered.
Yeah.
But he wanted, on the record, the council to make a decision on the matter.
Yeah, I'm good sticking with your guys' recommendation.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
he's a fine gentleman.
He is.
I
Very nice
understand
guy.
very well what he's asking for. I think
Yeah.
though, if our engineers are okay with it from a professional perspective in our building group, then I'm good with it.
Yeah,
That's my
he
opinion.
and his wife were more than cordial, and it was
Sure.
a very cordial conversation we had, but it was also very honest from both sides.
Sure.
Sure.
I just don't think it's justified. He also asked for some improvements at his driveway that Tim's gonna be able to actually accommodate a couple of his requests at no additional
no
cost
cost,
to the
okay.
contract, so kudos to Tim
Yeah.
for being able to do that. But a couple of things that he was asking for were, he wanted concrete head walls at both sides of his culvert, and it's just not warranted. The flow is not there to warrant that kind of construction.
No,
So
the
we're
flow will
gonna-
be less now with curves.
Yeah, but exactly, that's what, as Tim explained earlier, you know, that road was just pavement off to the shoulders. There were no curbs, there was no curb and gutter there before. Now we've got curb and gutter there directing that water into inlets, so he's gonna have less water in that ditch than he's had before.
I thought maybe you were gonna say he was asking for a curb cut for a driveway to go straight to his house.
No,
He's gonna build a
he
garage.
did not ask for that, no. But he just wants some protection of that culvert that we've got in there. And I don't remember, Tim, what is the material of that culvert?
He has ductile iron culvert, and he just wanted his culvert a little longer so they didn't run off the driveway. And it's just, we have some 4-foot straps of the ductile pipe at the yard, so we're just gonna pop a 4-foot piece on the end of it to extend it. And
Yeah.
essentially use something that we have just to make them happy.
And he knows that, right, Tim? You've talked to him about that? What
Yeah,
you-
he was fine with that.
Okay, good.
He kinda wanted the wall, like Rick said, but after that wasn't an option.
Yeah.
And we told him if he wants to do that kind of work, he needs to call a concrete contractor and, get it done.
That was done.
We can't rebuild the.
Okay, so we have a motion, yea or nay for,
this?
Well, my recommendation is to deny Mr. Osh's request for the extra work that he wants us to pay for.
exactly.
And that extra work that he's willing to pay for, that'll be between he and the contractor.
Okay, sure. Do
We
have a
did
motion?
also,
Oh, I'm
we did
sorry.
also discuss with him that at the 2 drainage inlets, we would put some riprap around the drainage inlets up to the
Yeah.
steep part of the road. just
Okay.
to, you know what I mean, just to address partial of his concern.
Yeah.
Even though we didn't have it in the contract, we told him we would do that.
We can go ahead and do that also.
If he would let us fill in, and get it taken care of right, but he wasn't gonna make any rat-pass decisions, so we don't know what to do.
Yeah. Okay.
But I did drop, you have a copy of the email that we received from Don Oliphant on this matter. It's the last 2 pages of your packet, it should be.
Okay.
It came in late this afternoon, so it was not part of the stapled package, I don't believe. But I did drop that off to Mr. Austin's house this afternoon.
Yeah, horse and buggy.
Okay.
He's very conservative.
Okay. Could we have a motion
To deny the
to deny?
request.
Do we have a
of
motion
Mr.
to
Austin.
deny?
Yeah, I would make a motion to deny based on the findings of fact laid out by Tim and Rick, and also they'll allow for them to do the extra work that Tim just described.
Okay, thanks, John. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Julie. Roll call, please.
Robert Carnahan?
Yes.
John Foreman?
Yes.
Julie Rivera?
Yes.
Ralph Miller?
Yes.
Colleen Scheven?
Yes.
Richard Lewis?
Yes. Motion carries 6-0. Thank you, Rick. Thank you, Tim. Moving to reports, town council, Bob?
The Cedar Lake Chamber will have a townwide yard sale this Saturday from 8 to 4. And then they've got a golf outing, Sunday, August 22nd at Minnie Minosa's.
Many minutes.
Minnie Manette.
We wanna have Minosa's?
Minnie Manette.
Mimosas.
All right, and that's, in, Grant Park.
Yes, it is.
And also, the census, they were supposed to have turned in all the information to the president in December of 2020. That didn't happen, and then they were supposed to send the information about the count March 31st of 2021. That didn't happen. Right now, they're expecting the numbers to come in sometime in August. And Mike Ellsworth says they probably won't be working on the 9 United States Congress redrawing district until the middle of September.
Okay.
So we're still waiting on those numbers to see where we stand. But it was all due to the COVID that we went through, that it was delayed.
Thank you, Bob.
Rick, Mr. Chairman, I have a comment. A pretty neat night for Cedar Lake. 9 o'clock Central Time tonight. Stevan Micic is wrestling in the United States Olympics, the World Olympics for Serbia. And it's 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, NBCSports.com. You log in, and then you look up Olympics, and then look up wrestling. And Stevan is a 57 kilogram. And I think he's match A, which will be one of the earliest matches.
Yeah.
And I'm also of the understanding that Nick Petrov's son has been his coach.
Yep.
So we have 2 local Cedar Lake kids in Tokyo fighting for some gold medal. While it's not for the United States, it's for Cedar Lake and Lake County. And Lake County's got a heck of a reputation for wrestling, so it's pretty huge. Animal
Ranked
Central High
number one
School,
in
in
the
fact,
world,
is well known throughout
Yeah,
the
he's ranked
Midwest.
number 1 at 57 kilograms.
So good luck to Stevan.
Wow.
Oh, yeah,
and-
He's wrestling a kid from Tokyo.
Wow,
First match?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's great. That's great.
pretty exciting,
Yeah.
super exciting.
He's a two-time national champ? Two-time national champ from Michigan.
Yep.
Cool. That's great.
Oh, yeah. 3-time state champion.
Thank you, John. Anybody else, town
Yeah,
council?
I got, I'd like to, have a vote on, this August 14th. The Cedar Lake Eagles are gonna be turning 75 years old. They're gonna be having a celebration and that over at the Eagles. And I would like to have a proclamation from the town council congratulating them for being in town for 75 years.
For the
I'd
Cedar
like
Lake
to make
Eagles?
that as a motion.
Okay, what do we need to do, Dave? Change the agenda or the motion to do that?
You
or
could just appoint that it be put on the agenda. I don't think we need to vote on it.
The next meeting is before the event, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, direct traffic, if you want a resolution, if you want proclamation, if you want something, done, staff and I, or whomever you direct, clerk.
I think it's already done.
Well, we have the proclamation.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it's already completed.
Proclamation's
Well-
done?
You wanna make a motion to amend the agenda then?
Yes.
Yeah, the next meeting's after.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
do
why
that.
I'm making a motion to agenda, so we can vote on it, so we can.
Okay, I'll second your motion to amend the agenda.
Roll call,
Robert
Margaret?
Carnahan?
Yes.
John Foreman?
Yes.
Julie Rivera?
Yes.
Ralph Miller?
Yes.
Colleen Scheven?
Yes.
Richard Sharp?
Yes, motion carries 6-0. Now do we need a motion to approve the proclamation?
Right,
Okay.
so moved.
Ralph first,
Yeah.
I'll second.
second by John.
Somebody wanna read it?
Yeah, are we gonna read it? Want me to go grab it?
Yeah.
It's close by.
Yeah.
75 years, huh? Wow.
Here, Ralph, you
Yeah,
read it.
no, we're gonna give you the honor.
Oh, I get to read it?
You get to read it.
Proclamation. Liberty, truth, justice, equality. Fraternal Order of the Eagles. Whereas the Fraternal Order of the Eagles is an international nonprofit organization united fraternally in the spirit of liberty, truth, justice, and equality to make human life more desirable by lessening its ills and promoting peace, prosperity, gladness, and hope. And whereas the Cedar Lake number 2529 Fraternal Order of the Eagles was chartered August 14th, 1946 by their founding members in the town of Cedar Lake, Indiana, with the motto of people helping people. And whereas the Cedar Lake number 2529 Fraternal Order of the Eagles has been an integral part of this community, donating thousands of dollars over the past 75 years to social service agencies, our schools, youth programs, historical societies, Chamber of Commerce, citizens in need, and many other causes. And whereas the Cedar Lake number 2529 Fraternal Order of the Eagles will continue to serve as a leading citizen in the community for generations to come. And now, therefore, let it be known that in recognition of the Fraternal Order of the Eagles' tradition of philanthropy to enhance the lives of all for the common good, the Town Council of the Town of Cedar Lake does hereby proclaim the 14th day of August, 2021 as Cedar Lake number 2529 Fraternal Order of the Eagles Day. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Margot, do we have a vote? I don't think we voted yet, have we?
We haven't voted yet.
Okay, okay.
Robert Carnahan?
Yes.
John Foreman?
Yes.
Julie Rivera?
Yes.
Ralph Miller?
Yes.
Colleen Scheven?
Yes.
Richard Sharp?
Yes, motion carries 6-0. Thank you, Ralph, thanks, John.
Everybody will need to sign that as well.
Yeah, I think there's, okay. Move on to town attorney, David.
I have no-
No report, thank you. Clerk treasurer,
No report?
no report, thank you. Town manager,
No report, Mr. President.
thank you. Director of operations,
I have nothing, thank you.
thank you, Ken. Police department,
No report, sir.
thank you. Fire department,
Well, I guess I got a birthday.
oh, God.
Just a couple things, Fireman's Ball coming up, please, attend. We'll be celebrating 80 years next year, so we're gonna do another thing. You'll hopefully see a new sign in front of the fire station here pretty soon. They're gonna be working on the lighting on it, 'cause it's all bad, that's part of it. And then our new logo will be on the other side of it. We have to take the sign frontage off, and it's very brittle right now since it's old, and they're worried you're gonna break it, the current one, taking it out because it's so long. We had it out once before and actually did break it, so we're getting a new face made up with it to modernize it a little bit. You'll have our, like I said, our nice new town logo on it and our fire department logo on it. It'll be updated, have an American flag built into the back of it, so it'll be kinda nice. A local, vendor is doing it for us, so.
Hey, Chief, on the lighting, can you make sure you check with the president of the planning commission, make sure the lumens are proper?
Yeah, I will. I'll
Thank you.
get right on that. Yeah,
Thank
thanks
you.
for bringing that up. Yeah.
Yep, you bet.
It's a sign.
He's good with lumens.
It's LEDs inside of it.
Mhm.
Same with Don.
Okay, chief, is that,
It's so difficult, don't we?
thank you, chief.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Chief.
Written communication, anything, Rex?
I don't have anything, Mr. President.
Public comment? Any public comment? Please come forward, state your name and address, please.
Lucy Jane Griffin, 13704 Birch Street, Cedar Lake, Indiana. Mr. Foreman,
Yes, ma'am.
back when you were first elected,
Uh-huh.
you were all for updating the Kiwanis Park and Town Grounds Park, walking paths, courts, and benches.
Yep.
Well, my granddaughters helped clean that 15 years ago
Yep.
because the man who donated it built Winding Creek,
Uh-huh.
and that was supposed to be a park. The kids were waiting for basketball and a tot lot there. They never built, you've never built it. How come? That was almost around 15 years ago.
We are in the process of upgrading that park as we speak.
For the tot lot, for all the little kids and the basketball?
No, I think it's half of it's going to now be.
Not even half, John.
Dog park.
Not even half.
or
Well, we don't need a
portion
dog
of
park.
it.
We got enough dogs, area for dogs to poop in Cedar Lake. They don't need a park. But
And
young-
then the other portion is going to be,
a
completed.
soccer field, which you don't need, because there's a one across the tracks,
Uh-huh.
the great big, Baptist church thing, they got big, everybody goes there. Okay.
I
Why?
appreciate it.
And the land is very small there,
It is.
and they're filling it with garbage from 129th Street construction. they're bringing those truckloads of junk over there, and they're digging up the soil, and they're burying the stuff underneath.
That's compaction for pavement.
For pavement.
It will be a
It's gonna be
paved parking lot.
Well, now, this is 15 years ago. When was this? When did you, this was in 2015.
Okay.
You planned on a walking park there, of course. My grandkids say, "Hey, Grandma, you
Yeah.
got great grandkids now." And I says, "Yeah, and we still don't have a tot lot there, and you kids helped clean that," and they never did, they left that park. And then I noticed all the other parks here, they're terrible for tot lots. They're so old-fashioned. When do they ever buy new equipment for them? You know, the young people today are not getting, no wonder they're sitting in the house doing this. They should be out in the basketball court. No basketball court there, how come? Kids around here play basketball. They don't, you know, there is a big soccer field over there. They don't need that soccer field.
But I would love nothing more than to have basketball courts at every park. That would be wonderful.
Well, why don't you put them up? All you have to do is put up one basketball thing just for the
Right.
kids to, I got one in my driveway, and I don't, you know, my grandkids don't live with me, but all the kids come and play because I got a cement, you know, where they can bounce the ball and shoot it in the basket.
I wish I could be more,
Okay, number two.
direct, but thank you.
Number two on the parks.
You got it.
I'm very disappointed, and I've tried to get a hold of people, and I just found out today that it was gonna be a poop park for dogs and
Well, people will pick up the waste.
yeah, well, they do. People walk down my street all the time. I got a ditch in front of my house, which I never got streets yet, and my street is, what the heck? My house was built 56 years ago, maybe longer, I don't know. You know, I had a ditch in front of my house, and I'm the only, you know, our street's very short now. And the second thing is I'm in a flood zone here. I was reading this thing from 2012. It's a flood zone area, you know, and Latimer and, you know, around that area there's all, and of course, that ditch runs through there. And that ditch, the builders you guys had all them building all these things, well, they're dumping they pushed all the dirt into the ditch area, and they put a cement, and they put a grate there, and now, what's the name of that creek? Tributary to Cedar Creek, and it goes all the way, then it goes into the lake, it goes all the way down,
Flowerman,
yeah, goes
to
down.
about 142nd
Yeah, and
place,
and then of course,
and it goes east.
it crosses Parrish, you know, there. Well, that's another bad spot. Where that creek is there,
Sure.
it's a very dangerous spot for kids to even walk along that sidewalk. They could fall into the creek because there's nothing there. I mean, it's not taken care of. Have you been over there? Did you look at it?
I have.
Isn't it bad?
It's engineered, and we follow the plans that the engineers lay out for us. There's also riprap there, so yeah, they could twist their ankle, but there's, you know, hopefully they don't fall off the cliff there, the edge. The sidewalk is pretty wide though, and there's a landing, so it's really not a hazard. But yeah, anybody could run off of a road or a sidewalk anywhere.
And then that ditch going all the way there. It's not, you know, they put in I live in a flood zone there because they crossed it out here. I got this inter-flood map. And when it rains, okay, they put a sewer in back of my property when they put in that new subdivision there, and pushed all the dirt, and they built it up, and so that it would be real high, and now the people live on a hill. They have a hell of a time cutting the grass, but that's what they get for it. You should never bought a house back unless they studied the land. And now, you know, the sewer runs down at the end of the land there, and I tried to tell the building inspector not to allow them to build a fence there, because when it rains, that whole area floods, and the lady's yard is a flood all the time from the new house. I feel sorry for that poor nurse. She owns the house. And my yard doesn't flood anymore because I put a little more dirt in and filled it in and put more plants, trees and that. The oak trees are dying, you know that? Why are the oak trees dying? Because people aren't cutting down the, what's the, I wish I could have an oak tree in my yard, the vine.
Poison ivy.
Poison oak.
Yeah, many oak trees are dying.
Yeah.
Hickories, you know, when they're 150 years old or what have you, ants get inside, they start to rot, and then they
Well, the
die.
poison oak has a lot to do with it too. Yeah, I know the ants are,
Yep.
it's, every time it rains, the rainy season, the ants are bad, but,
Well, thank you for your
Two
concern.
subdivision you got here, and then when Parrish flooded that time, now what about the new houses they're building over there? They haven't built them yet. I always thought that big farmhouse or the farm barn should be a chicken restaurant. That would make a lovely chicken restaurant. But did they give that to the town?
We asked them to keep that, and they agreed, and the Maplecroft barn
Yeah.
itself.
Yeah.
And I believe that they're going to try to resurrect it and make it some sort of interesting place.
It would make a great chicken house. I mean, you could sell chicken, cooked. Wouldn't that be a great restaurant?
You should
It could
talk to them about renting it
Yep.
or buying it and open up a chicken restaurant.
Well,
Fried chicken, preferably.
Yes, fried chicken.
well, I would say any kind of chicken. Fried chicken's
Okay.
not good for you, you know?
No, well, yeah,
I love it.
I do too. Southern fried chicken in Cedar Lake would be perfect.
Well, that's an idea for something. But does the town of Cedar Lake own it now?
We do not.
No.
We do not.
The developer still owns it, but they're gonna do, so like John said, they're gonna do something nice with it.
Oh, I thought they were
They're gonna
going
fix
to, because I hate to see that tore down.
It's not
When I
gonna be
first
torn down.
moved here, I thought, wow, that'd make a great, I think there was.
Mrs. Pavlicek, I think, was the owner of that property when I was a kid. Pavlicek.
I thought, oh, what a great chicken house. I need roasted chicken, I'm not for fried chicken. I'm old and clogging your arteries, too many clogged arteries around, you know?
Yes.
I know.
Well, thank you for your
Yes,
concern.
thank you.
You know,
Ms.
so,
Wilson, yeah, we appreciate all
I'm
your input.
worried about all this flooding, even though I won't be here maybe in a few years.
Sure you will.
No, I won't, because I'm 80 years old now.
well, non-pervious surface that is engineered with retention and detention only allows the water to flow off of that property as it was prior to. So therefore, the flow rate should be probably less because it won't sheet flow off the field into the creek. It'll be controlled.
Okay, I don't care about the other side of Parish, you know, where that chicken house is gonna be. But,
You bet. That's awesome.
this side of Parish, that creek is not taken care of by the town. It should be cleaned, it should be taken care of. I think they did when they built those homes over, they put a water retention, but I don't see nothing but weeds in there.
Yeah, portions of it, we've done bank stabilization to keep runoff from affecting the lake quality.
I feel so sorry for these
It's hard to keep
people
up.
that put these, God bless them, I'm not gonna be here, but these homes,
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
and I wish you would kindly,
For basketball hoop up?
make these builders put in parks. Your girls in the office said that it's not required by the state, and I got news for you. Every construction to build 100 houses should put a park in.
Yeah, we have rules within
We
the
do,
subdivision
yes, we
control
do.
ordinance, ma'am. And in that instance, we did, since we had Kiwanis Park there, and there were the duplexes,
Oh, yeah,
We
I
kept it
don't
the
want
way it
them
was.
people to use our Kiwanis Park, let them build their own that beacon.
they made a contribution to the parks fund.
Oh, they're making a contribution to the fund?
They did, so we can use their money to make that nice. And we're working on that.
Please, no soccer field, no dog park.
Yeah, I'm not on the park.
Well, whose idea was the dog park? And whose idea was the soccer field? When there's a soccer field across the way. Do you know the people park in the parking lot and use their soccer field? They have a soccer field.
Hey,
They
man,
let
you do know
everybody-
that's private property, though, people can't just go and play on that soccer field, right?
They can't?
No, it's private property.
Well, don't you have a big field somewhere? That Kiwanis Park is a very tiny park.
Agreed.
It's a
It's 5 acres.
5 acres.
5 acres.
Well, It's good enough to be, you know, and I've got so mad because they don't have picnics. You think they would put a picnic bench? They had nothing there but one little sitting bench behind a bush. And there was nothing, they never took care of the trees, they never took care of that park. In the 20 years this park has been there, what a shame. Shame on you for not taking care of that when you promised in your running for election. Guys say one thing and do another. Oh, excuse me.
Thank you, ma'am.
You know, I'm very
Public comment,
upset
any
with you.
additional public comment?
Can I make a public comment?
Yes, you may.
My name is David Villalobos, with the Cedar Lake Fraternal Order of Eagles, and I've been asked to read this letter for you, Mr. President, and
Okay.
town council members, and department heads. August 14th, 2021 marks the 75th anniversary of the charter of Cedar Lake Eagles 2529. We cordially invite you to celebrate the history of our Fraternal Order of Eagles community service since 1946. This event will be held Saturday, August 14th at 3 p.m., featuring the unveiling of our new wall mural, the reading of the names of our charter members, and a proclamation presented by the Cedar Lake Town Council. We hope you will all join us for food, music, and fun. Thank you for your time, your support, and we hope to see you there.
Thanks.
Thank you very much, thank you. Any additional public comments?
Yeah.
Hi, Julie.
Hi, Julie Lozada from the Cedar Lake Historical Association. So I'm here to thank you all. We just completed Steam Through History Week, as you are aware. Last week we had the steamboat out here, partnered with Heston Steam Museum, to bring it out here. She's dry docked outside next to the museum, so in case you didn't see her. But I wanted to give you a really brief report on how well the program went. We were sold out. Completely sold out.
Wow.
240 seats per day, Monday through Thursday, and 80 seats on Friday.
Per day?
So, yes.
Yeah,
We had
wow.
12 excursions, Monday through Thursday.
Great job.
And then 5 boats on Friday morning, so
Amazing.
completely sold out. And that represents over 1,000 people who were able to get out onto Cedar Lake in this extremely unique experience. Frame of reference for you as far as the people who actually signed into our guest book, 40% of the people self-reporting, self-signing in were Cedar Lake citizens, which was really important to us. That's really where we limited the scope of our advertising was here in town because we wanted to get our citizens, first and foremost, the opportunity, hopefully on this inaugural year, to come out and enjoy this experience. So we did achieve that. But then, of course, the rest of the zip codes that were coming in were from the area, the region. So 60% of the people who came through our building were not residents, and so nice economic boost here to the community to have these people come in and see what we have to offer and learn about our history. First-time visitors to the museum, this is just something to share with you that we're really proud of. 64% of the people who came through last week were first-time visitors to the museum. So that's outstanding.
Yeah.
That's outstanding to be able to hear. You know, I've lived here all my life. I've never been in here. In the case of one 16-year-old boy, he's been in the museum before, but in particular, he's never been on the lake before.
Wow.
So he was on a boat with me, turns to me, looks at me, and he goes, you know, I've lived here all my life. This is the first time that I've ever been able to get out on the lake. So that was another thing that was super important to us, was to be able to reach our citizens that way, and we were able to do that. Another woman shared that she loved the ride. It's the only way she would have been able to be on Cedar Lake, and she hopes that, you know, we continue the program. And we are getting so many phone calls. People are calling you. We had 3 different pieces of press as a result of this experience, and the phone was just ringing off the hook. How do I get tickets? I'm sorry, it's sold out. There's onesie, twosies here for you, but I continue to get phone calls and answering requests on Facebook and through email asking, they're still asking.
So you can't get that electric boat fast enough, can you?
Not only all 6 people, but anyway, we're working on that. I did reach out to the donor on that. So outstanding press, all of our funders were in town, all of our donors were in town, so we were able to get all of the people who helped make this possible, including many of you, out on the boat as well, which was really important to us, so that you would firsthand experience the program that we put together. Hopefully you are all proud of the way that we're telling Cedar Lake history. So did you have any questions for me, though? I think everything went outstanding, absolutely
Did the boat
outstanding.
break down?
No, she did not break down.
The boat
She needed a
was
couple
fine.
little repairs
I
on
was
the
worried
front,
about that
but
when you said a steam boat coming our lake.
she did not break down.
No, the boat did fine. It was a
She did
wonderful
amazing.
experience. It was a
She was
wonderful
amazing.
experience, yeah.
Yeah.
It really
Yeah.
was. You had some good weather and everything worked out super. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that's great. That's great, Julie. Thank you. Thank you.
Great job to all of you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you.
All
To
right?
you and all your staff. And the Heston people also.
Yeah,
Let's
absolutely.
give them a big round of applause.
Actually, like not zooming in, but he's listening, so if you had any words for him, you can shout them out.
Great job, sir.
Yeah, yeah,
Skipper.
thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, yes, very nice.
Thank you, guys.
Yes, wonderful, thank you. Any additional, what are we doing here? Public comment? Any more public comment?
Yeah. Paul Richardson, 9804 West 136th Lane in Utopia. We're having a big problem with people speeding in the neighborhood, 40, 45 mile an hour. I've called the police many times. I've been polite, and I've been a prick. I get no response. When they come out, they let me know what they can't do. There's nothing they can do. I've asked them to park at Euclid and 136 on the dead end. They said they can't radar from there. And it's a big problem. We have a lot of small children in the neighborhood, more than we've ever had, and I want something done. They said, come to a town meeting, so I'm here.
Okay.
What particular road are you talking about?
136th Lane in Utopia. I live at 9804. I've called many times.
So we're gonna put our speed sign up for about 2 weeks,
I want tickets.
and let me finish. So
Go
we'll
ahead.
put our speed sign up for about 2 weeks. It will record the speed of every vehicle traveling on that road, so we can determine, if they're actually hitting 45 miles an hour as you determined, or if they're less than that, just appears worse.
Well, that's
I
why
will also
I was told
put-
that it's deceptive.
I will also put extra patrol in that subdivision, where my officers will be required to actually log in that they're going into that subdivision, and we'll see if we can resolve your problem.
And a lot of traffic seems to be coming from a particular house now that we're looking at it a little more around
Why don't
Drummond.
you come talk to me privately about that then?
Okay.
Sound like a
And
plan?
also, I want to see about, there's going to be a three-way stop. I'm assuming, I believe 136 is going to go all the way through.
Oh,
There should be a
the
three-way
school?
stop if some, not,
To the school?
no, into the new subdivision.
I don't think it
It's
was.
not okay, they were saying it was, but I would like
I
to
don't
get
know.
a stop sign at that
No,
intersection.
at the plan commission, they decided not to, it's gonna connect Summer Winds through to Parish, but not through.
Oh, because originally it was supposed to, correct?
It was, in the
Well, there
first
was
plans,
talk,
it
yeah.
was supposed to, but
Okay.
with the ditch there, and they decided.
Yeah, I thought it would need a
not-
three-way stop sign, but I wouldn't mind a couple stop signs, that'd be a good spot for one, to have the people stop instead, I mean, they bang around the corner hard.
Sure.
And, okay.
Do you know who I'll be honest with you, 90% of the time when we have these problems, it's usually the residents within your subdivision. Do you know who they are? Or is it vehicles you don't recognize?
There are vehicles we don't recognize, there's a lot of traffic coming around from the corner where people stop 2 minutes at a house and leave.
For a few minutes?
Yeah, you figure it out.
We'll have a conversation later about that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
you,
you.
Chief. Any additional public comment? Public, yes.
Sandy, 7506 West 128th Lane. I was just curious why my water bill went up.
Thank you.
Because the garbage bill went up.
So they lessened their days and then they went up.
Well, it would've gone up a lot more if we didn't do it that way. It would've gone up probably, what, another $5 or $6,
So why are they going up?
The garbage fee went up $3 a month.
yes.
And we did go with, we're continuing with weekly garbage pickup, bi-weekly recycling pickup. Because the fee, as the president said, the fee would have been higher had we gone with weekly pickup of both. So we opted for the bi-weekly pickup of recycling and weekly pickup of garbage, and the fee went from $17 to $20 a month. Now, we are holding that $20 fee for the next 3 years. We entered into a 6-year contract with Republic Services, so for the first 3 years of the contract, the fee to our residents will be $20. After that, it's expected to go up because the fee charged to us by Republic will be more than $20 per residential
Is Republic the
unit.
only company?
They're the
They
only
were
one that
the-
bid on it.
Yeah, right,
One that
that
bid
we
on
put it out for public bid, and they were the only one who bid on it. So we put it out, I'm not sure when the last time we actually went out to bid on it, but we did put it out for public bid. I think 4 companies picked up the bid packets, but only one actually submitted a bid. So,
Yeah.
just so you know, that's becoming pretty common practice to go to every other week recycling. They've done it in Dyer, they've done it in St. John.
I mean,
they've done
I'm
it
cool
in
with that,
London.
it's just, they lessen the days and then they raise the price is what my concern was.
Right, and it's, in other communities, I kind of agree with this, you know the size of those trucks, it's better to go every other week anyway, it keeps those heavy trucks off of our streets, less wear and tear on the streets. But, yes, it would have, I don't know what it would have been had we gone to every week recycling, but I know it would have been more than what the increase was as is. And when we will hold that $20 fee, that $20 charge for this year and the next 2 years after that. And then we'll have to revisit it at that time.
So it might
simply
go up in
because
another
they're-
2 years?
In 3 years, it'll go up, because we're gonna be charged more. In the contract, it goes to more than $20 a month from Republic to us.
But your concern was for garbage, not water?
Well, you mentioned the water bill, the garbage is
Well,
part of
that's,
that.
it's part of it.
Yeah,
It's
it's part of
sewer
that.
and garbage. I
Yeah.
mean, we don't get water from y'all, so.
Okay, so, all
And
right.
there's a stormwater fee also, but that has not gone up. The garbage fee is the only thing that went up, and it went up $3.
When I lived in Sherrville, my water bill was cheaper than here, and I have a well. So that's my concern. If it's gonna keep going up, it's gonna be crazy.
I'm not sure what Sherrville has on their water bills. Some communities have, well, Sherrville, for one thing,
They
does not
provided
have,
water.
they don't have a stormwater fee in Sherrville, where we do. And I don't know what all Sherrville includes on that. Some communities have a hydrant rental fee.
It was
they
water,
have-
sewer, and garbage.
And garbage, yeah.
Yeah.
Where we have
But they
water,
gave us
sewer,
water.
garbage, what am I missing?
Stormwater.
Stormwater, yeah,
Stormwater,
the stormwater fee. So, depends on what they lump into what you call a water bill, when in fact it's actually more accurate to call it a utility bill, because there are several utilities you're paying for. But by habit, force of habit, we call it a water bill, but there's more on it, as you know.
So every 2 years, is it gonna keep going up $3? It's not gonna go up to $1, $1 or whatever? I mean, is it?
I don't know what the
That's a
council.
big increase.
The council will have to decide what it's gonna go up to, whether it'll be a $1 increase or what, I'm
I
not
mean,
certain.
$1 we could deal with. It's just like if it keeps going up $3, $4, $5, that's a little crazy.
Yeah.
Except we had no control over this. They set the cost, and for June and July, you should have paid $78, but we had to go through a procedure to get that put in place to increase it to the $3. We have no control. I would love to lower the bill, but we gotta pay for what they charge us.
And everybody's getting charged more these days.
Oh, I understand that.
Yeah, but
I mean, it's just terrible it had to happen. I
It
mean,
is, I agree.
We're in a pandemic right now, and everybody, you know, I cut hair for a living, and people are waiting longer. So
Yeah, I
Money's
understand.
not there, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
I understand.
So that was my concern.
Okay, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Any additional public comment? Going once, going twice. This meeting is adjourned. Roll Tide.
You beat Randy's record.